Before the festivities for the largest game show in Japan even kicked off, Forever Entertainment let fans know that one of the classics that they're working on is indeed alive and well. Panzer Dragoon II Remake was playable at Tokyo Game Show 2025, and we got a chance to check it out. So, how's the game shaping up? Well, we're here to tell you all about that, and also give you a chance to look at some off-screen footage and more. Let's go ahead and get into it. Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, all that type of stuff, be sure to sub, all that type of stuff. Sound off in the comments down below, and we may read it out on our bi-weekly show called the Famicast. Of course, you can find this in written form over on our website, thefamicast.com. Special shout out to our patrons for their support. Today, we're taking a look at Panzer Dragoon II Remake via the demo straight from Tokyo Game Show 2025. Now, just for some background on the demo itself, so this demo was being hosted by the Japanese publisher for the game Rainy Frog. Now, there were two demo units at the booth, both running the game off of Steam Decks that were connected to monitors. The controller that was on offer here was a PS5 controller, and there's one episode available, episode 2 from the game, and players have the option to choose between a hatchling or a wind rider for their mounts. Now, just another note here too, I will be shifting from over-the-shoulder footage to screenshots and possibly even some footage from the 2020 Panzer Dragoon Remake, just to keep things interesting here visually. Believe it or not, Forever Entertainment actually posted a video on their YouTube channel with some direct feed capture. I'll have that linked up in the description box below. So, you know, if you want to check that out, please watch it on their channel and show them some love. If you played the Panzer Dragoon Remake from 2020 or are just familiar with on-rail shooters, you're going to feel right at home with this one. Now, before starting the demo, I opted to make sure that the control settings were set to classic versus modern. I think it just felt a little bit better for me. The main difference here is in that modern control setting, you use left to control the creature, and then you use the right stick to actually control the aiming. I like the classic one better. You control the creature and the aiming at the same time. It just feels better for me. Now, one big difference between the previous title and what is here now is the way that you shoot your primary weapon. Now, in the original, there's only one button for the remake where you can actually do that. So here, there are actually multiple ways to do this. Now, on the PlayStation controller, this can be done, you can shoot with either X or O, and also with L2 or R2. So I thought that was really cool. When I first started playing the remake, I was kind of hoping that that would be the case, but it wasn't, even after the updates and stuff like that, as far as I know. But anyways, everything else here is pretty similar. L and R are still used to rotate the camera so you can see around in 360 degrees around, the creature. Well, here a new facet of gameplay is actually implemented as well. It's called the Berserk attack, and this can be initiated with square and or triangle. And this actually doles out quite a bit of damage. This simply can't be spammed either. Basically, while you're playing and taking out enemies, this gauge will fill up while you're playing. And once it's completely full, you can unleash fury. So it's all about timing. It's all about just releasing it at just the opportune time. While the initial cursor settings here seemed a little bit slow to me, after some tinkering in the settings, I was actually mowing down enemies in no time. I was able to speed that up, and it just felt a lot better. I think my only complaint with this snippet of gameplay is that some of the areas in this demo stage feel pretty bare, with long stretches of no enemies coming in at all. It also feels like you're going a little bit slow, but I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of a nitpick. Overall, though, I still felt the gameplay was pretty fun and responsive. So yeah, I didn't really have a problem with that. I guess one other note here too, as I mentioned, there were two mounts to choose from when starting, the hatchling or the wind rider. I honestly couldn't tell any differences between the two outside of the look of the creatures themselves. Maybe there's some kind of a difference. Maybe there was in the original. I'm not sure. If you know or have some comments on this, please feel free to let us know. Panzer Dragoon II Remake isn't going to blow you away visually, but what has been crafted here still looks quite nice. The episode in the demo features an open desert environment with craggy landscapes, some desert plants, and some sections taking place in the sky. Enemies here will look familiar if you've played the first remake, which makes sense from a story perspective, but I found myself wishing for a little bit more variety. It's not a deal breaker though. I mean, overall, I think things here are fairly detailed, and the game runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, so that's pretty nice. I'm really excited to see what the other locations will bring to this game aesthetically. I really liked what I saw out of the Panzer Dragoon II Remake. I think the gameplay, it's similar to the first title, it runs well, and I think it's still fun to play. While some of the parts of the episode on offer seemed a bit bare from time to time, I'm still excited to pick this game up when it releases. Currently, the game is listed as coming soon on its Steam page, but it's scheduled to be out on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Steam, and good old games. But let's go ahead and turn things over to you guys. Are you excited about the Panzer Dragoon II Remake? Did you play the first remake? I actually picked up the first game on a fire sale just a little bit before Tokyo Game Show 2025, and I absolutely loved it. When it came out, I thought about it, but maybe some other things came up, so I just didn't have a chance to try it out, but I'm really glad that I did. Really cool game. I kind of wish I would have played the Saturn one back in the day. But anyways, if you guys have any comments about this or your experience with the series, just be sure to sign off down below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to drop this video a like. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. We've got tons of reviews, related Tokyo Game Show event coverage videos, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.